Andrew Garfield, one of Hollywood's most versatile and charismatic actors, is gearing up for the release of his upcoming romantic comedy, We Live in Time, set to hit theaters on January 1, 2025. Known for his remarkable performances in films like The Social Network and Spider-Man No Way Home, Garfield is excited about this new venture, which brings a fresh dynamic to his acting career. However, despite his vast experience, there was one particular scene in We Live in Time that genuinely scared him. Something unexpected considering the variety of roles he's taken on throughout the years. Fans who have already watched the film's trailer know that there's a chilling shot in the movie where Garfield's character is seen shaving the head of his co-star, Florence Pugh. It's a scene that leaves a lasting impression, with its intense visual aesthetic and raw emotional depth. The act of shaving someone's head is already a potent symbol in film and can be associated with themes of vulnerability, transformation, or even power. This type of scene usually requires a significant amount of emotional investment from the actor, but despite the intensity of the moment, Garfield himself admits that it wasn't the head-shaving scene that really freaked him out while filming. Instead, Garfield revealed that the scene that terrified him the most was one that seemed far less daunting at first glance: the ice skating scene. As he shared during an interview with Digital Spy, Garfield openly confessed, "I'm trying to think if there was a scene where I was really scared." After a brief pause, he added, "Ice skating probably, genuinely because I'm so shit on the ice." For many, the idea of ice skating might evoke images of grace and poise on the rink, but for Garfield, it represented something entirely different: a test of physical coordination and self-confidence. It's a surprising admission given the actor's usual on-screen bravado, but it speaks to his commitment to authenticity in his craft. The scene takes place early in the movie, and while Garfield may not have had a natural affinity for ice skating, it provided him with a comedic and somewhat humbling challenge. "It's just never been something I was good at," he confessed. For many of us, the experience of trying something new, especially something that involves physical balance and precision, can be overwhelming, and Garfield, though a seasoned actor, was no exception. The idea of gracefully gliding on the ice, even for a comedic moment, seemed almost impossible for the actor, who described himself as a bit like Bambi on the ice rink. But what made the situation even more amusing was how his co-star, Florence Pugh, found his struggles with ice skating rather entertaining. According to Garfield, Florence took great pleasure in watching him fumble around on the rink. He said, "Florence loved seeing me like a Bambi on the ice." While the moment was certainly humorous, it also revealed the chemistry between Garfield and Pugh, both of whom have received praise for their performances in the film. Pugh's lighthearted teasing of Garfield likely helped to ease the tension, creating a playful and supportive environment on set. While Garfield's ice skating abilities might not be up to professional standards, he did express deep respect for the head-shaving scene, which took on a much more serious tone. For Garfield, this scene represented a significant moment of responsibility. He shared that it was a unique opportunity to care for his co-star, Florence Pugh, in a vulnerable and intimate way. "I felt very privileged that I got to do it and take care of Florence's head for a while when it was in my responsibility," Garfield reflected. This level of responsibility is not something that an actor often experiences on set, especially in such a personal moment. The act of physically grooming another person, especially in a context that requires trust and precision, is not only a powerful gesture but one that highlights the emotional depth of the characters in We Live in Time. Although Garfield approached the scene with a sense of privilege, he also admitted to feeling nervous. The act of shaving someone's head is inherently intimate, and doing so in a way that is respectful and careful adds another layer of complexity to the role. "I was definitely nervous, and I definitely wanted to make sure I didn't injure anybody and that I gave a good even cut," Garfield explained. It's clear that even with his extensive experience in acting, Garfield was still attuned to the weight of the moment and wanted to ensure that his performance was as respectful and accurate as possible. The responsibility of carrying out a delicate task like this on screen requires a unique sensitivity, and Garfield's approach to the scene is a testament to his commitment to portraying his character with authenticity and care. We Live in Time marks a new chapter in Garfield's career, as it combines elements of romance, comedy, and emotional drama, all while exploring complex relationships and personal growth. The film, directed by acclaimed filmmaker John Crowley, showcases Garfield in a role that seems to diverge from some of his previous work. His performance as a man grappling with love, loss, and the passage of time promises to deliver an engaging and poignant experience for audiences. The film's themes of self-discovery and emotional vulnerability are reflected not just in Garfield's character, but also in the dynamic between the characters played by Garfield and Pugh. In addition to the head-shaving scene and ice skating moment, We Live in Time is filled with several emotionally charged and intimate scenes, which Garfield and Pugh both navigate with grace and sensitivity. The film's narrative, which is set against the backdrop of contemporary life, explores the ways in which we make connections, face fears, and navigate relationships in a world that is constantly changing. It is a film that touches on universal themes of love, vulnerability, and the passage of time, all while showcasing the growth of its central characters. Garfield's performance, as always, is sure to captivate audiences, demonstrating his ability to bring depth and nuance to his roles. Fans of Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh are already buzzing with excitement about the film's release. Both actors have garnered significant praise for their individual careers, and their on-screen chemistry in We Live in Time promises to be one of the highlights of the movie. Garfield, who has a reputation for taking on complex and varied roles, is once again proving that he is one of the most versatile actors of his generation. Pugh, meanwhile, continues to solidify her place as one of Hollywood's most talented young stars, effortlessly shifting between roles in films like Midsommar and Little Women. As the release date for We Live in Time draws closer, fans can look forward to seeing Garfield and Pugh deliver a performance that balances humor, vulnerability, and romance. Whether it's Garfield's nervousness about ice skating or his responsibility in the head-shaving scene, We Live in Time promises to showcase the emotional range and depth of both actors as they explore their characters' journeys through love and time. As Garfield himself said, "It's a really special film, and I'm so excited for people to see it." With its heartfelt performances, relatable themes, and unforgettable moments, We Live in Time is shaping up to be one of the must-see films of 2025. As we wait for the release of this highly anticipated romantic comedy, it's clear that Andrew Garfield's career is continuing to evolve, and We Live in Time will only add to his already impressive body of work. Fans and newcomers alike will be eager to see Garfield take on this new challenge, while Florence Pugh's stellar performance promises to add depth and emotion to the film's narrative. With a combination of humor, heart, and compelling performances, We Live in Time is a film that is sure to leave a lasting impact. The countdown to January 1, 2025 has already begun, and the anticipation for the release of this extraordinary film is only growing.